I'm Dr. Wolf, and today you're going to discover every cheap food you should add to your routine, because most people think eating well costs a fortune, and that's simply not true. That changes now. Bora shop smart. Eggs. One of the most complete foods on the planet. Each egg delivers around 6 grams of protein, along with healthy fats, B vitamins, and choline, a nutrient most people have never even heard of, but that plays a direct role in brain function and metabolism. The yolk is not your enemy, it's where most of the nutrition actually lives. Eggs are also incredibly satiating, which means they help control hunger for hours after the meal. Studies consistently show that people who eat eggs at breakfast consume significantly fewer calories throughout the day without even trying. You can boil them, scramble them, or cook them in whatever way fits your routine. They take less than 5 minutes either way. Cheap, fast, and genuinely effective for body composition and energy. Few foods deliver this much for this little. Oats. A slow-digesting carbohydrate that keeps blood sugar stable and hunger quiet for a long time. 1 cup of dry oats gives you around 10 grams of protein, about 5 grams of fiber, and a solid amount of magnesium and iron. The fiber in oats, called beta-glucan, is particularly well studied for its ability to reduce cholesterol and improve gut health over time. What makes oats special for a budget routine is that they're filling enough to replace a full meal without leaving you craving something else an hour later. They also mix well with protein powder, fruit, or Greek yogurt, making it easy to turn a simple bowl into a nutritionally dense meal. Cook them on the stovetop or soak them overnight. Both work well and take almost no effort. Canned tuna. Protein-dense, shelf-stable, and one of the cheapest sources of omega-3 fatty acids available. A single can delivers between 25 and 30 grams of protein with almost no fat and virtually zero carbohydrates. That profile makes it ideal for anyone focused on fat loss or muscle maintenance without adding extra calories. Omega-3s from tuna support inflammation control, cardiovascular health, and even cognitive function, benefits that come at a very low cost per serving compared to fresh fish. It requires zero preparation. Open the can, add what you like, and eat. The only consideration worth mentioning is that canned tuna should not be consumed every single day due to mercury content. 2 to 4 servings per week is the reasonable range for most people. Most people avoid canned fish because of the smell. But when the goal is results on a budget, tuna is hard to beat. And the next item on this list is one people constantly overlook. Lentils. A legume that functions almost like a complete food on its own. 1 cooked cup provides around 18 grams of protein, 15 grams of fiber, and a wide range of micronutrients including iron, folate, and potassium. Lentils are particularly interesting because the combination of protein and fiber slows digestion significantly, meaning your blood sugar stays stable and your appetite stays controlled for a long time after eating. They're also one of the most affordable foods per gram of protein available anywhere. Lentils are easy to cook, they don't require soaking like other legumes, and work well in soups, stews, or simply as a side dish with seasoning and olive oil. For anyone looking to reduce meat consumption without sacrificing protein intake, lentils are one of the most practical options. Chicken thighs. Cheaper than chicken breast, and in many ways more nutritious. While breast gets all the attention, thighs contain slightly more fat, and that fat makes them more flavorful and satisfying without significantly increasing calorie content when consumed in normal portions. Each 100 grams delivers around 26 grams of protein, along with zinc, selenium, and phosphorus, minerals that support muscle recovery, immune function, and bone health. The fat content also helps with satiety, meaning you're less likely to feel hungry shortly after the meal. Thighs are harder to overcook than breast, making them far more practical for everyday cooking. Season them simply, roast or pan cook, and you have a high-protein meal that takes almost no effort and costs very little per serving. Here's something that surprises most people. The food with the highest protein-to-cost ratio isn't chicken or tuna, it might be the one coming up next. Cottage cheese. A dairy-based food with a protein composition that's genuinely unique. It's rich in casein, a slow-digesting protein that releases amino acids gradually over several hours. This makes it particularly effective when consumed before sleep, as it continues feeding muscle repair and recovery throughout the night. 1 cup of low-fat cottage cheese delivers around 25 grams of protein at a low-calorie cost, with a texture that works both as a savory or sweet base. It pairs well with fruit, vegetables, or can be used as a high-protein substitute in recipes that call for cream or sour cream. For anyone focused on body composition, either building muscle or reducing body fat, cottage cheese is one of the most underused tools available, and it costs almost nothing relative to what it delivers. Frozen vegetables. Nutritionally comparable to fresh, and in some cases better, because they're frozen immediately after harvest, locking in vitamins and minerals that degrade in fresh produce during transportation and storage. A bag of frozen spinach, broccoli, or mixed vegetables is one of the most cost-effective ways to hit daily micronutrient targets. These foods are rich in fiber, antioxidants, vitamin C, and various minerals that support metabolism, digestion, and immune function. They also add volume to meals without adding significant calories, which supports hunger management on a calorie-controlled diet. There's no preparation required beyond heating. They go directly into a pan, a pot, or the microwave. For people who struggle to eat enough vegetables regularly, frozen options remove every practical barrier. Vegetables get overlooked in nutrition conversations that focus too much on protein. But the next item proves that micronutrients can come from the most unexpected places. Sardines. One of the most nutritionally dense foods that most people never think to buy. A single can delivers around 22 grams of protein, along with one of the highest concentrations of omega-3 fatty acids found in any affordable food. Unlike larger fish, sardines are low in mercury because they sit near the bottom of the food chain, which means they can be eaten more frequently without concern. They also contain calcium, particularly in the soft, edible bones, vitamin D, and B12, making them a rare food that covers multiple nutritional needs in one small package. Sardines are shelf-stable and cost very little per serving, which makes them one of the best value for nutrition foods on this entire list. They can be eaten directly from the can or combined with other ingredients. Bananas. A fast-digesting carbohydrate with a nutritional profile that makes it useful at specific moments, particularly before or after training. One medium banana delivers around 27 grams of carbohydrates, along with potassium, magnesium, and vitamin B6. Potassium is a mineral directly involved in muscle contraction and fluid balance, which means it plays a real role in performance and recovery. Bananas are also one of the most portable, convenient, and affordable foods available anywhere, with no preparation required. Their natural sugar content makes them effective for quick energy replenishment without the processing found in sports products that cost far more. For anyone who exercises regularly, a banana before or after a session is a straightforward and inexpensive habit that genuinely supports results. Brown rice. A complex carbohydrate that provides sustained energy without causing the blood sugar spikes associated with more refined grains. One cooked cup delivers around 45 grams of carbohydrates, 5 grams of protein, and meaningful amounts of magnesium, phosphorus, and B vitamins. The fiber content is higher than white rice, which slows digestion and supports better blood sugar regulation over time. Brown rice is particularly useful as a base for high-protein meals. Combining it with chicken, tuna, or lentils creates a balanced plate that covers both energy and muscle repair needs efficiently. It takes longer to cook than white rice, but a large batch can be prepared at once and stored in the refrigerator for several days, making it a practical option for meal planning on a budget. Brown rice gets overlooked because white rice is faster. But for people focused on stable energy throughout the day, the difference is real, and the last item on this list proves that budget eating can still cover all your nutritional bases. Greek yogurt. A fermented dairy product with a protein concentration significantly higher than regular yogurt, around 17 grams per 170 grams serving in the plain, low-fat version. The fermentation process also produces live cultures, which are beneficial bacteria that support gut health, immune function, and even mood regulation through the gut-brain connection. Greek yogurt is thick, filling, and versatile enough to be used as a meal, a snack, or a cooking ingredient. It works as a base for fruit and oats, as a substitute for sour cream, or simply on its own. It's also a practical source of calcium, which supports bone density and muscle function. The key is choosing the plain version. Flavored varieties often contain added sugar that reduces the nutritional value and increases calories unnecessarily. If I had to choose only 3 foods from this list for anyone, they would be eggs, lentils, and Greek yogurt. They cover protein, fiber, micronutrients, and gut health at the lowest possible cost, and they work for almost every goal and dietary preference. Everything else is a bonus, valuable, but still a bonus. If you want all of this organized into a complete nutrition plan built around your specific goal, the ebook in the description lays it all out clearly. Subscribe for more videos like this.